He's just
Oh, I
killing
love him
me.
fucking ragging on Red Eye, especially being his girlfriend or whoever she is doesn't like it, man. This makes it so much
I,
better.
I know it's like why I don't get it. It just means she thinks she's important.
Yeah. Yeah, how long have they been together? Like before she started making rules.
Like 6 months. Yeah, no shit. Holy shit, dude. She's cracking the whip early on this.
How long have they been together?
Like probably 6 months, if that, not even.
Yeah, that's fucking early to start telling you can't do something.
Yeah. Let me pull up the intro here so I can just get this going. Well, I think I don't think it's a matter of him not like her cracking the whip on him. I think he's done this in the past. He gets a girlfriend and then he disappears for however long he attempts to hold on to the relationship, you know.
Yeah. Till the bitch can't stand being around him anymore. And then he comes back around.
Well, the thing that my girl noticed about we hung out with them one time, I don't know, like the end of September, and everything is all hun, sweetie, sweetie, hun, sweetie, honey, hun, sweet, sweet, honey, 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 sweet. I'm like, dude, seriously, fucking chill out with the damn gay fucking bullshit. Honey, sweet baby, honey. Oh God, gag me with a fucking spoon, dude. Fucking terrible. All right, I'm gonna play the intro. We'll start it up. Here we go.
Do it up.
Fighting for the powers of evil because good is dumb. I'm the kid. This is the Going Deep Show. It is episode 1414. Joining me from his lair, it's G Dub.
What's up, motherfuckers?
It is Monday, the 27th of November. We've almost made it the full month of releasing podcasts every single day. And more importantly, for the past 9 straight days, we've had red eye intros. Red eye intros are this little tidbit of just kind of like a little tidbit of information that comes directly from the mind of red eye. Yesterday's was interesting. It was about how brought his ex-girlfriend to the Halloween party dressed like a cop, and he wanted to have sex with her, but then they ended up passing out because they were too drunk. And then the next day, I asked him if he made her put the outfit back on to have sex, and he said no, because it had to go to a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. It's important things like that that Red Eye brought to the table that no one should ever hear.
Well, basically, he doesn't want to be on the show right now, so you're involving him more than ever.
Mm-hmm. I vowed to do this in the past with Mr. Clean and a little bit more so with Don Tang, but not so much since he's Mr. Commission, all this shit now. So I'm kind of like, it's usually the guys who come in just guns a-blazing, like, we're going to do the show. We're going to do it. And that's what Red Eye's attitude was back in April when my girl had one of her friends in town, and I had paused the show to kind of, get a grip on fucking life. And he was like, "You gotta no, why are we recording? Let's go. We gotta go. We can't let it go." And I said, "Hey, just chill out. It's not gonna go away." I said, You're not gonna fucking, if it doesn't fit, force the fucking thing. You just got to make it happen, So what happened was he was pushing the show really adamantly back then. So much so that I was just like, dude, it's not your fucking show. Chill out. and to the point where my girl was getting a little aggravated with him about him pushing it. Okay, so now that I'm the one pushing it, and it's the other way around, he's nowhere to be found. He's such a fucking pussy, though, because what happens is shit goes down, or I'm like, you're going to be on the show whether you want to or not. And whether it's a fresh voice that you're putting out there on a regular basis, or I go back to the soundboards and just fucking put you in. You're going to be on one way, shape, or form. I'm going to get you to do and say whatever the fuck I want, because Nobody pushes that hard on doing the show, and then their fucking woman comes in town, or comes into their life, and then switches it up. But here's why he's a bigger pussy than anything. He texts my girl about it, and then a couple days ago, I learned that he was texting Don Tang about it. He was texting intern Don Tang about it. So of course I get messages from Don Tang. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's cool. Just all you got to do. What am I going to ask you? That's so fucking difficult that you can't answer a fucking question. I'm just trying to respect her. And by respecting her, I mean I can't go hang out with my friends and drink beers in a room and talk to them.
They might ask me something I don't want to say.
God forbid I have to come up with something off the top of my head. Shit.
Fucking red eye. So what's the red eye clip?
I should read the text, that string of text actually. Here, in fact, let's do that. I'm kind of low on show notes as the end of the month approaches. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually read the text message, and I'm sure he's gonna be able to tell her, "Look, this is what I texted him. Isn't it appropriate?" Okay. Okay, so I mean, you know me. It's like I go, hey, dude, Radar's firmly fixated on you since you were the one pushing so hard before, and then you just kind of fucking bailed. According to this, his relationship is more important to me right now. That's what he said, and this is when I made it clear that I'd already started collecting clips of him. I said the new segment, Red Eye intros. You know, so it happens. And then he tries to preach to me, but here's the thing. Here's what it comes down to. This is the big. This is after the first intro came out. This is his text message verbatim. I see that you continue to put me down on the show. I'm glad what we talked about and you agreed with me on it was all BS and lies. First of all, I never agreed on anything because I just don't give a fuck. The show
You're not gonna do the show? Okay. Like, what? I'm gonna force you to do a show?
No, the funniest part about it was, and this goes back to when he first came on the show. First of all, Red was like, "You're, he's kind of gay, right? He's gay, right? And he's not gonna be on the show all the time, is he? He's not that good." And I'm like, "No, he's good. He's fine. He brings girls." What I do have is a collection of. I have a folder called Red Eye Promises, and it's every time he said he was going to bring girls into the show and didn't do it. It's probably the biggest of all the collected clips that I have. So here's the rest of this text message. It says, the show isn't characters we try to portray. No, character. I mean, I turn it on. It's really us and who we are. I won't jeopardize my relationship for the show. Not worth it to me. It made perfect sense when I was single. I drank way more and slept around. Lots of stories to be told. Temptations were left and right. The show opens up temptations too. Now as my friend, you should respect that. That show, has done a lot of harm in your life, as well with Red and now your new girl. I was willing to let you move in with me when Red kicked you out. Red didn't kick me out, first of all. That was the funniest fucking thing. I texted back to him like, I'm not getting kicked out. It's okay. You were and always thought of as one of my closest friends. This is how he types this shit. My closest friends. But if you can't see my view on this, maybe I was just your character friend for the show. Oh God, that's fucking hilarious. You have had many people not do it once they get in relationships. People understand the harm it causes. Really? What harm does it cause drinking beers with your friends? Just because you get DUIs all the time doesn't mean everyone does. Okay?
Yeah,
just because you decide to dip your wick into a bunch of fucking hookers that come out of the show doesn't mean everyone does. Okay.
If you don't sounds like fucking intervention, man, or something. It's crazy. Go ahead, though.
Now, then hopefully You see it before it's too late. It's too late. Oh my God. 1,400 episodes. Oh my God, it's gonna stop. Just because you fucking pussied out, you little fucking faggot.
Oh, shit.
Oh God.
You
Okay.
know
Do
what we
you want,
should do?
you want my response? Because I think my response to it is a valid one, and it's good. And it's not nothing I haven't said in the show. And I don't mean to just hammer on this one, but if you think for a second that I'm going to relent on this, it's not. I'm going to continue. And I literally have collected over 257 clips at this point. So we're talking well into it, almost a year's worth of stuff that we pulled just from the 80 episodes and the 35 hours of stuff that he's been on. So 35 hours of shows, which really isn't that many. He was only on from like 2011 until now. Okay, here's my response to it, word for word, as I say it. And if you find any flaw in this, by all means, point it out. It's cool with me. I got no problem with that. Okay. You chose it to be whatever you chose it to be. If that isn't a character and it was real, then what is stopping you from it being as real now as it was then? I'm not interested in fakes who say it's real then flake out. It's as simple as that. I choose what I say and no one else. If we're discussing what we talked about, let's talk about the fact that if the show was real, where did your real attitude of continuing it no matter what go, which was just a few short weeks ago, if not sooner? Where did that disappear to? If you can't resist temptations, then I'm sorry, that's your problem with simple self control. It has nothing to do with me. Assuming the show has done any harm in my life is a far stretch from reality. It has brought me what I thought were my closest friends, but I assumed that part wasn't real, as you so perfectly stated in the first statement. If it was so real as you claim, there were wait, there is then where is that part of it of your point and why you're quitting now? I'm not interested in people preaching how real and true they claim to be, then hypocritically show me how fake they actually are. The show is always about what you make it, and I choose to find more friends and have fun, laugh, and include it in my life because someone once said that it has to continue because it's part of us and who we are, and encouraged me to continue to do it. I think you know who that person was. I'm talking about you. They were your very own words. I appreciate the offer that you gave me earlier with Reb, but she was never kicking me out in the first place. I see your side of this as I begin a new relationship as well, but I'm not bailing my interests because of some woman. My lady knows that, and I appreciate you saying how real it was in the past. So that can be the baseline we keep this fake relationship you now will have with me. You made the choice, and I appreciate your willingness to show me the real you when you let your old lady make your decisions for you. I wish you both the best. So,
His text message sound like it's written by Stuart Smalley.
it's true. I have met more people doing this show. And think about it. As you get older, you don't just magically get introduced to new people all the time unless you're out doing stuff. You definitely
Right.
can't walk into your garage and people come over and you meet new people. It just doesn't happen. Just in the last month alone, I've met new people who've been brought into the show. I've met old friends that I have never even have been in the same room with. And I've kept in touch with you. Wally came in. I've had Jay and J Mac and Spider Monkey on. I mean, so to look at this as a negative thing by any stretch of the imagination just means you're hiding shit. And this only applies to salespeople, as far as I'm concerned. We've had the Magnums of the world who came in and did this, and they flaked out because they had shit to hide. Mr. Clean comes in, he says some stuff that he thinks people are going to hear, and they have something to hide. I don't have anything to hide. I don't care. I mean, I'm to the point now where I'm in my life where I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not hiding shit from anyone. Nothing is this big, this weight that I have to carry around with me, that I have to keep this part of my life a hidden fucking secret from people. No, it's just not gonna fucking happen. It wasn't that way for the last decade. It sure as fuck is not gonna be that way as I get older.
On the flip side, because of what I do for a living, I do have to fucking hide some shit and whatnot. But the
Right.
chances of the right person hearing an episode of the show that I'm on and reporting it to the right people is so fucking slim. I don't even think about it.
Oh yeah, and again, this is like small town here in Bay City, whatever. And if I had my way, I would promote the fuck out of this a little bit more and make it way more evident. But to me, everyone's anonymity except my own is a big important thing. I don't give a shit. We've done this thing. I'm to the point now where if I get called on something I said now, right now, I'd be like, yeah, I said that fucking 3 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago now. Okay. Yeah. It's out there. I don't give a fuck. I'm not sitting here trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes, trying to be some fucking fake piece of shit who has to portray this person to his woman instead of the real fucking person that they actually have. I mean, they are. If that's not the real you, then no, fuck no. I don't want to hang out with that fucking, I don't want to hang out with the fake person. If the real you, the single you talking about doing your shit, that's fine. That's great. I'm still interested in hanging out and talking about real stuff now. Okay. You know, the real fact that I got amazing blowjob right before I got here. That is awesome. That is the real
Fuck
thing.
yeah.
I did, man. Oh my god, I went and I'm still hard right now. I had to. When you got a hold of me and said that we were gonna wait for a little bit to record, I'm like, okay, I got to go see my girl. I went over there, just having all the intentions of sipping some wine, watching some Impractical Jokers, and booyah, she had just. Now,
That's beautiful.
of course, I I think that's what his fear on a lot of this shit is. That if he comes in here, I'm gonna ask him a question about real things, and he can't like just fucking say it. You know, he
How
can't
about,
say
I don't want to discuss that. My girlfriend doesn't like that.
or just make it up. I always say
Yeah.
just fucking make shit up. If you were to ask me, oh yeah, what did you do today? Did you get any action? I'd be like, yeah, I fucking jerked off 4 times. I'd beat around the bush. I'd make it something different, and then I would lead it into a conversation of fucking jerking off and running out of lube or doing some stitch. Just fucking make a shit up. Use your fucking imagination. But my favorite part about this whole thing though is he can't come in and talk as bluntly and as openly as his big fat hero Donald Trump. Think about it. Donald Trump man, says whatever the fuck he wants, does whatever the fuck he wants. Damn everybody else. Who gives a fuck? He doesn't cater to fucking some chick. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's fucking true.
Think
That
about
is
it.
100% true.
So why? I guess you either practice what you preach or whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry that we're pounding on red eye. I think the only reason I'm doing it tonight is because that Hollywood's not here to kind of curb me. She's always like, "You're too mean to him. You can't pick on the gays that way."
Hey, where's the red eye clip? We need a clip for.
I got it. The thing is, I got it all like it's all separate. I put it in all at the end. It's good. It's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking great.
The new studio is looking good though. Just position wise and everything is looking pretty sweet. Let me bring up some show notes here. I don't mean to beat up on Red Eye. I do like the guy. Okay. It's not like I'm asking him to like not hang out. Think about it. If you're somebody who just like I didn't want on the fucking show, you just burn in hell. Go away. I don't give a fuck about you. But it's like you cannot be so adamant about doing it and then be like, I am no one to hurt my feelings. I don't want to hurt feelings. I'm respecting her by being a completely different person.
Yeah, and when she dumps him in 3 months, he'll be fucking right in the show, dude.
No, dude, he'll have his nose so far up her ass by that point. Come on.
How long can an individual hang out with red eye 24/7 before they want to murder him?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of ass kissing that can be done. He caters to the situation pretty good, so I can see where he's making himself useful. It's okay. A couple stories I've been wanting to bring up with you about racist type shit. Steve Martin's King Tut skit. Have you heard about the people at this liberal arts college having a hissy fit because the King Tut sketch from back in the 70s they're saying is racist because one of the guy comes out with a golden face.
So who cares about this?
Yeah, I don't know. Some liberal arts student Has the
Oh
fucking
God.
it's racist. All the college campuses now, comedians are afraid to go and do anything at these campuses now.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's racist. It's also comedy.
Yeah, who's it? I mean, we're going after the goddamn who sings the bang. We're going after the Bengals next for the walk like an Egyptian shit. We're going after that next.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Honestly, dude, like you want safe places, you want people not grab ass in public, all that stuff's fine. But there also needs to be a safe place for fucking freedom of speech and doing shit like we do, where
Mm-hmm.
if you get on this show, you're probably gonna talk about tits, boobies, sex, and blowjobs and
Mm-hmm.
shit. So if you don't like it, get the fuck away.
Right.
If you don't want to, if you want to hear racist jokes, don't see stand-up fucking comedy.
Right. Right. And I had this
You know?
conversation with Hollywood about that too. It's just she'll because well, this kind of brings you into it a little bit, where you talked about my track record when we were in the
Yeah.
kitchen studio, and so like the next day she's listening in, and I put in the show notes and all that stuff. She's like, "Track record, hey? You have a track?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's well documented track record." I said, she goes, "Well, I'm like, if you don't like what you hear, I don't listen to country music. I don't turn it to the Moose 104 or whatever the fuck the Moose channel is because I don't want to hear that shit. Okay. If you don't want to hear my real life thoughts on stuff and my friends saying things about those real life thoughts and maybe my past and things like that, then you probably shouldn't tune in. The fact of the matter is, you're too goddamn curious not to." And she's like,
I mean, I, girl seems awesome from what I met her, but she
she's cool.
was kind of part of that track record.
Absolutely. I think that's why she thinks that. So no, but I have it sucks in one respect because of it was wrong of me to do the chaotic things that I did over the course of the last decade. So with that in mind, I am trying to be a good guy and trying to make sure that the show is my only bitch. You know what I'm saying? My only
Yeah.
side bitch is this podcast, and that's good. And I think that's important because for me, it's just a matter of like capturing all this shit because I'm not going to remember any of it. So yeah,
Yeah, that's very fucking true, man.
I keep drinking, I'm good to go. I'm definitely not going to remember this shit.
Yeah, I got my Terrapin Hopsecutioner.
Mm.
Good Atlanta beer.
Let's talk a little bit about Thanksgiving Day. What'd you guys do? Let's talk about that.
We went over to the in-laws. Um, Man, nothing real eventful. We actually did a little Thanksgiving dinner on Tuesday with one of my friends. We invited him over, and I cooked a turkey just so we could eat leftovers all week.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to her parents on Thursday. Nothing real exciting to talk about, though. How about you?
Today was my last Thanksgiving with my went out to my parents, and I got some issues, and I don't know if my dad is actually tuning into this podcast or not because we're finding out though that when I mention something on the show, within a day, boom, I get a call about something, or I get a message about something, or I forget this shit's going out to the public. Okay, I forget that they just tune in and see my face just talking.
Yeah.
Okay, but. So over the past couple of days, there's been some instances that have popped up where it's just like this is a little too. He was, he's specific to what I talked about on the podcast, and this has happened with a couple friends who will call me up and be like, "Hey, what are you doing? You want to do this?" And it's like right out of the show. But I'm gonna bring something up, and this is weird to me because I don't mean to bring it up, and I should actually bring it up with him specifically. But this, I'm gonna, in a roundabout way, I'm bringing it up with him because if he is listening, then it is. As I grew up, I always noticed I had like this weird, like I got like a stomach ache all the time when I would eat certain meals and certain things at their place. So today, and over the past probably 2 or 3 turkey days, I would show up there, and he would be just manhandling the turkey. Like not just like using the knife and the cutting it and the feet and the tongue. And he's a fucking Mexican. He's just digging into the fucking turkey and just ripping it shit and throwing it onto a plate. You know what I'm saying? But part of me in my head, I don't know if it's just psychological. I'm just like, I don't. Is he properly cleaning his hands before he takes the turkey meat, put it on the plate? In my head now, I think that I'm getting sick because my dad is like itching his fucking balls or something, and like look at his fingers, like bad handling the turkey. I don't know if this is a real thing or not, but I tend to veer away from the turkey. And today I did that. The last couple turkey days I did that, and I feel okay. I don't feel this like let's put it this way, and he'll be embarrassed if I say this, but I remember at one point bringing a girlfriend home back in when I was in school, and he would get home from work and he would just lay on the couch, just reaching into his pants, just digging at his shit, and falling asleep with his hand in his shit. Okay,
Al Bundy style. I like it.
Al Bundy style. So I mean, come on. We've all done that. You ever done this where you're like you're itching your balls or some shit, then you're like there's a bag of Doritos, and you just walk over and just like 2 seconds later, you're like, I was itching my fucking balls right there. And I mean the Dorito with my same hand. It's like it's fucked up. It's a little fucked up. So I don't mean
especially when you realize it, like you just did it, and then you're fucking eating away and like, I didn't wash my hands. I just got done scratching my nuts.
Yeah.
And just continue eating because the damage is already done.
This is a question that doesn't even need to be asked, but you have done this where you itched your balls or anything, and then you like.
Oh yeah, you gotta check that shit out, man.
You got to be like a little functification going on there, you know.
Yeah, funk check.
Especially in a day like today where I didn't anticipate getting any action late at this, before the show. In fact, I thought she was pissed at me. I showed up there and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the show at 9. She's like, I thought you were staying over. And I was like, I know, but I can't break the streak. I cannot break the streak of getting the show out. So originally she went and got herself some wine, didn't ask me at all if I wanted any. That's always a sign that your chick might be a little pissed at you when she gets a drink and you're just sitting by yourself and she doesn't ask you if you want a drink. So then it veers into she comes over, she lays on me, and then we have our fun. But yeah, I don't know. Turkey Day was fine. It was good. It was weird because I was by myself for a huge chunk of Thursday. I was by myself. And I mentioned that like a day or two on the podcast prior. And that's what was weird. I got a couple messages from friends who were just like, if you're not doing anything, get a hold of us. And, there were like 3 friends that got a hold of me. That's who I suspect listen. And that was a real curious thing. That made me start to think a little bit. But what it also made me think about was, and I think my girl, she's like, you mean your dad might listen? Oh shit, I can't talk about doing all that with what the oh my. It's weird. It's a little weird. At first, when I brought her to the show, she's gonna kill me if she says this, but she said that she wants us to talk about our sex life more because she wants everyone else to fucking know that this is how it's going on now, So she's kind of sending that shot across the bow a little bit, kind of marking her territory a little bit.
Nice.
But, girls are. I like it. So what's been going on? I always look to you to have some type of insight on political shit. I have avoided all this crap. All I know, all I keep trying to tell myself is our president uses Twitter. I tell myself that every day. I'm like, oh my God, our president uses Twitter. That's adorable. They wouldn't let the former president use a certain brand of phone because of it would be security threat or whatever. But our president just fucking tweeting out crazy. They gave him extra characters now. They doubled the character count on the Twitter, and he's probably having a fucking ball.
Absolutely. Well, the most interesting thing I saw recently in politics is Flynn. I think he was National Security Director, had to step down.
Mm-hmm.
His legal counsel was sharing information with Trump's legal counsel, and they had to stop, which indicates that he's basically going to roll over on Trump, that he has information, he's seeking a deal. So he has to stop sharing information with his legal counsel because there's a conflict of interest. So it's getting deeper and deeper.
Trump is one gigantic conflict of interest. And
yeah,
I don't like I don't like the political, being curious about it at all, but I do keep up with it as much as I possibly can. just because it's just so fucking, it's just like on disbelief. It's like I'm living idiocracy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Manafort took like 18 trips to Moscow in 4 years. Like it's got like what 24 charges on him. Like this whole administration, I think, really is going to go down. It's like, Clinton got impeached, and they want to slap him with, he was lying to a grand jury. This is
Mhm.
fucking treason.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, like honestly, if he's guilty, he should be fucking hung or
Do
firing
something, man.
squad or
Saddam,
whatever it
that
fucking calls
motherfucker,
for.
right? Saddam,
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
We've reached our 30-minute mark, G Dubs. Time for bed. Time to go night night. Do you have any final words for the fans and friends out there?
Man, keep on keeping on. I guess Red Eye's still listening, so big shout out to our old homeboy, man. We miss you. Can't wait to get you back on.
We love you long time, Red Eye.
Sorry about all that shit I said the past 30 minutes, and what I will probably say the next one.
Shit happens, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes people have a problem with being real. That's not us. I'm the kid. This is the Going Deep Show, though. Thank you for listening in. This episode 1414 for November 27th, 2017. If you'd like to reach the show, studio at Going Deep Show. Call 989-331-0543 to leave a go to hell message. I'm the kid. Make sure you chill to the next one.
Peace.
That was good. I didn't mean to pound on him early on, but he's got to know.
That was almost a Red Eye episode, dude.
Yeah, we did like the first 15 minutes. I need to
Of a,
like
of a
it
30
was like
minute show.
it was like a week ago. It was like a week ago. He's like, I see you continue to make fun of me on the show. I do. We've been making fun of you since day fucking one.
Yeah, did you just start listening? That's fucking great.
This is how guys show affection towards each other. It really is.
Yeah.
Guys don't like, oh God, I'm so glad you're in my life. It's just, I text my friends. I let them know. I'm glad the G Dub's in my life. We talk, we trash, we get, just fucking around, just do shit, man. He's got to just,
Yep.
he's a big baby. He's a big baby. But Hollywood, my girl, she's just like, you got to leave him alone. It's so bad. It's so wrong. I'm like, dude, this is nothing new. Anytime a sales guy comes into this show, like with that attitude of like, hi, what can I tell you exactly that you want to hear? Is there anything I can tell you that is exactly what you want to hear? Even though I'm thinking completely differently, I'll just want to tell you what you want to hear. That's all salespeople are. What can I sell you? Oh, it's me this time. I'm selling myself. I'm selling you the product of Red Eye. Let Red Eye be everything you want him to be.
Well, the funny thing is, you want to talk about getting drunk and fucking chicks, and now you're not doing that. So what? You feel like you're fake? It's like, no,
Right.
people fucking change. Things fucking change.
Oh God, everything.
know?
Dude, come on. Yeah, that's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. All right, brother. I will process this. It's good to see you. You're back to school tomorrow?
Yep, you know it.
All right, man. We'll probably look at like towards the end of the week then, if you want to hook up and get back on.
Yeah, get a hold of me.
All right, brother. Tell hi to the wife for me and everything.
Yep, for sure.
All right. See you later. Thanks.
Later.